Alright, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, it is without further ado that we welcome back none other than the one and only, the self-made living legend. We got the one and only Uncle Beats live on the line. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. What's up, 97.7?
Ah, man, I gotta say first and foremost, man, it is an honor to have you back on the radio station, man. How have you been, man?
Man, I've been great. You know, COVID tried to take me out, but I overcame COVID. And, yeah.
And if you don't mind me asking, man, like, what I know, obviously the experience was terrible, but like, because like I read the status, man, because we have each other on Facebook, we're connected there, and I saw that you actually kicked COVID's ass, man. Like, what was it like? What was the process like going through that terrible situation?
Well, in the beginning, I didn't take it. I didn't take it serious when I had it, but I was taking it serious as far as trying to stay away from people. But when the doctor told me that I had it, I wasn't taking it serious because I didn't think it was that serious. But I had to go on a ventilator for 22 days. And he was explaining to me, like, you're going to be in a coma for 22 days. So I'm like, well, how long do I get to decide? He's like, oh, it's now or never. I'm like, hey, well, let's play ball. And I ended up coming off in 6 days. And when I came off, couldn't talk, couldn't walk. And they're like, yeah, we're going to have to teach you how to talk and walk again. And I was just like, hey, cool. I'm like, God let me live. That's the main thing. But then the next day, I'm on Facebook and I see it's EDE's birthday. And I just started rapping EDE lyrics. I'm like, man, my voice is back. And a couple days later, I started back walking. They couldn't believe it. So it just wasn't my time. But I still had to take it slow. I didn't get right back into things. I stayed in the house for literally like 4 months straight. I really didn't go many places. And, you know, just gradually getting back to it. But it ain't no joke. It's the real deal. So, you know, if you want to be healthy, you got to try to avoid it as much as you can. But I'm still human, so I got to be around people, and I got to get out here and live my life, you know.
And I have to ask you, is there any like after effects of COVID-19? Because like me personally, I don't like to believe the news, right? So that's why I figured ask you.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I had to. My body had to get back strong again. My body had to get back strong again. And it's like, but after that, it just hit everybody different. It didn't do me that bad. It attacked my lungs and gave me pneumonia. So they gave me plasma, and they pumped my lungs out, and it got me back on track. I really just had to sit and let my body heal from everything that I went through. But you know, it just had your strength not there. At least for me, like I said, it hits everybody different, but it's the worst thing that ever happened to me. And I've been through some things.
And I just got to say, man, I am so glad you are still here with us, man, and you're getting back to par, man. You know what I mean? I just want to say nothing but positive vibes, and hopefully you get back to 100% here very soon.
Oh yeah, I'm all the way back now. You know, I'm all the way back. I ain't doing nothing but in the studio. I just started back doing shows and being over somebody's girlfriend's house. It ain't nothing else to do.
It sounds like you're back to being the good old Uncle Beats, you know.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, because I know I don't want to like do any of this whole assuming people's genders, but you best lock up your girls. You know what I mean? Because Uncle Beats is coming to town.
Definitely coming.
But I'm sure you probably already know how we normally do our interviews here. So we already had one, so I'm not going to jump into how you got in the music industry. We talked about that the first interview, but I want to take you back to 1996. And I'm surprised I actually missed this one during our first broadcast. But in 96, you actually founded Lowdown Productions, and I was wondering, man, can you tell us a bit more about that company? And of course, what's the story behind it? What made you decide to start a production company in the mid '90s?
You know, everybody. I came up watching Spuddy and Jay Prince and CNH and Tony Draper, people like them. So I'm like, I want to be getting all the money, getting the real money. So that's when I came up with the whole Go Down Productions thing. So it's just like, I was making beats and I had all type of producers around me. So I'm just like, hey, if I'm going to be shopping and stuff and all that, I need to be getting some money. If I'm going to be breaking artists and shopping, I need to be getting some money. And there you have Low Down Productions.
And do you still have Low Down Productions today, or has it evolved into a different company?
I still use it for business stuff, but I really Low Down was actually my crew at first, and we started calling it Low Down Productions when I made it business. Then it flipped over into Guap Getters. My crew did flipped over into Guap Getters. Then Double HMG, Hard Hitting Money Gang, is the actual record label that me and Crunchy Black had together.
And speaking of that, that was actually my next question, was actually Guap Getters' promo team. How did yourself and him actually get connected? And of course, like, was there any other members other than yourself and Quincy part of that promo team?
I had a business partner that helped me do Guap Getters for years, but he just threw in the towel. Actually, he threw in the towel when the Fed smashed up the Fed case. He just, you know, even though I beat the case, he just didn't want to be around it no more, I guess. So I still kept doing what I'm doing and promoting and hustling, and you know, I was cool with Project Pat and Juicy and Paul. Then me and Quincy just sat down and hooked up, and we just never separated. We just was cool after the first time we hooked up.
And I noticed as well that you yourself and Crunchy are still doing phenomenal things as well. You know what I mean? You guys are the dynamic duo, man. You guys put in nothing but work.
But yeah, I just left the studio with Crunchy. He's in the studio all the time. You know, we're about to drop 3 albums. We're going to drop a compilation with artists on it. So we worked in. I'm dropping my album in July 3rd, hopefully. And it's going to be beautiful.
And also as well, man, I actually, in 2009, so jumping ahead in the timeline here a little bit, you actually released my personal favorite single by you. It's called I Chase Money, alongside your partner there, Glace Conway. I was wondering, man, how did yourself and Glace actually get connected? And of course, like, what's the story behind that phenomenal single?
Glace Conway, like, you know, a lot of people say this about people, but he actually like the little brother I never had. So when I got with him, he actually was signed with Little Kim. You know, this was back in Little Kim right before she went to jail. So when she went to jail, me and him just started doing stuff. Then he called me one day like, man, I'm out of LA, y'all. Just had a deal with this guy, Freeway Rick Ross. He just got out of jail. So I'm like, oh, I think I heard of him before. I read up about him. So then he was Rick Ross' first artist. And we started doing stuff when I started promoting him. And then it just evolved because I kind of had retired from rapping and started just doing promotion again. He brought me in to get back into it. And, you know, years later when he came on my house, well, now, me and you, we need to do a record and do a video. And that's what we did, Take One, and shot the video. Crunchy actually directed the video. And, you know, we did our run with it.
And I gotta say, you know what I mean? I'm still spinning that song in our radio station today, man. And I gotta say, individuals have been loving it, man. It's one of those timeless classics, man, that you could actually play that 20 years from now, and it's still gonna be relevant, and it most definitely is still gonna make the club blow the fuck up.
Yeah, I try and make all my music to be timeless. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just like I don't try to get caught up in the trends or what everybody else doing. Like, it was a time how I was rapping, people was telling me, man, you need to rap like this, like that. I'm like, no, I'm gonna rap how I want to rap, how I feel like I should rap. If people don't like it, they don't like it. And now everything is coming back to the real stuff, to the reality of things, you know. So it's working out for me now more than ever.
And I gotta ask as well, man, because you also did some phenomenal work with another amazing individual by the name of CKOR-DB. I was wondering, how did yourself and Psycho get connected? And of course, do you guys have any new projects currently in the works together?
Well, with Psycho, I feel like it was nothing but God working, because I just happened to go to a club one night, had my crew with me and stuff. We just at the club just chilling, playing the wall, doing whatever. And Psycho walked right up to me and said, "Hey, do you rap?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I actually do." There's no way he could have known this, you know. And after that, I got a studio. Me and him hooked up, started doing stuff. We just remained friends for the longest. But we really didn't start doing music together till like 2015, when he just told me, like, "Hey, man, you need to start rapping, man." And Project Tab was on me about me rapping. And before you know it, we got to working on my The Night for Leaving album. We finished that. Then we were working on other stuff, and we've been working. And then he got to working on Crunchy's album. And now we're working on my new album, Man of Leaving, which is going to drop on July 3rd. It's really pretty much finished. It's pretty much finished, though.
And I gotta say, man, as well, my favorite track that yourself and Psycho did together, because you did a lot of great tracks, man. My favorite one is actually Brand New Life, man. I don't know, I really love the story and content that you actually produce in your guys' lyrics in that song, man. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, well, Brand New Life, I really like how that one came out, because it's like, the Psycho, I make soul music, and it just touched something with me, and I just get to work.
And when we're on the topic of Brand New Life, actually, man, that's actually off another amazing record that you actually put out, which is titled Relationship Advice. And I was wondering, man, what's the inspiration behind that phenomenal record? And of course, is it still out there to be purchased today by your fans if they haven't already had the opportunity to check it out?
Oh yeah, it's on guapgetters.com. That's GWOPGETTAS.com. And I'm actually about to go to LA and shoot a video for that song. Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs.
And I gotta ask as well, like, have you thought of the thought process behind the video yet? Like, whereabouts in LA would you wanna like film the video if you actually had the opportunity?
Oh, I'm all through that. I'm all through LA. I'm all through Hollywood. You know, I actually I got a lot of family on the West Coast, so I used to go out there when I was a kid, and you know, our mutual friends, South Central Cartel, so it's like, ain't no telling where I'll be at when I get with me and Kelly Pitts, you know, part of me, and real cool, so, you know, I just want to do it in LA, because if it wasn't for, if Easy One never touched the mic, I don't know where I'd be right now, you know, so it's like, I really want to do it out there.
And I would love to hear you do some work as well with Cali Pitts, aka Young Prodigy, man. I think Uncle Beats and that SCC vibe, man. I'd love to see you guys collaborate and then have Big Prodigy actually produce a beat. Yeah, I think that right there's a game changer.
Cali Pitts on my Night for Leaving album. Me, Kelly Pitts, and Project Pat, and my homie the Chemist got a song called Real Hit. It's on Night for Leaving. It's on YouTube, it's on iTunes. And Kelly did his thing.
Oh man, I gotta say, Cali Pitts always comes prepared, man. Most definitely one hell of an amazing lyricist, I'll tell you that for a fact.
Yeah, if he ain't, he one of the greatest rappers I heard. He just underrated. You know, the game just is how it is, because, you know, they want with dresses and stuff, so people don't want to push them, but I just like that they stick to their guns and do what they do, because people like them made me want to be like I could listen to their music and feel like I've been to their city already, you know. And it's like, that's what I try to do with my music. I just try to paint the picture for people who may never get to come there.
And also, as well, as you already know, we got connected a second time through Triple P Radio. I was wondering, man, how did yourself and her get connected? And of course, what is it like just working alongside Triple P?
Oh yeah, she dope. She always makes stuff happen and really give me a push that everybody needs. So it's like anybody who she chooses to work with, she really blessing them, because she what you need. And I met her just doing radio runs, because you know she's in the business, so she's around all the radio DJs and different stuff. And that's how me and her got to working. She interviewed me, and she's a fan of my music and saw what I'm trying to do, and been helping me ever since.
And I gotta give a shout out to Triple P as well, man. She is such a phenomenal individual. She does nothing but support 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM. So just when we were on the topic, I gotta give her nothing but a huge salute.
Yeah, definitely. When she said, I want to get you on Outlaw Radio, I said, oh, Mortal, that's my man. Let's do it.
Hey, most definitely. Like I told you the first time, man. You know, you're always welcome on Outlaw Radio. So when she reached out via email, I was like, look, I had him on already, but hey, let's do it again. Let's do a re-up.
Yeah, I ain't gonna take so long again next time, because it almost been a little over a year. And when I drop the album, I'm definitely coming back.
Hey, man, like I said, you're always welcome, bro. And it's understandable, man, because, like, 2020, man, was a shit show for everybody, man. You know what I mean? Like, I noticed you were putting in work before the COVID situation, and I really wanted to reach out, but the world was in chaos, man. You know, we had, obviously, you know, the racial stuff going on, you know, people burning America and burning the world, COVID, so it was just like, man, like, 2020 was definitely a shit show.
It's definitely a brand new life. Definitely. It'll never be the same again.
I'm gonna be honest though. I really think if my whole motto was last year, man. If we can survive 2020, I think we can survive anything.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, God ain't gonna put us through it if they ain't want us to. We can handle it. But it's just a brand new life. It's like it's kids that might not understand what it's like to be in a classroom. It's like how we did, you know. So it's like there's just so much stuff. It ain't gonna be the same no more. Look at the places they closed due to the pandemic and different stuff. But at the same time, it's a lot of good things happening from the pandemic situation too.
And speaking of good things, man, I also noticed as well that you actually recently teamed up with Maxwell Melvins of the Lifers Group. I was wondering, man, how did yourself and Maxwell get connected? And of course, what current future projects are you guys currently working on?
Well, Sarah hooked me up with Maxwell. She just mentioned them. I'm like, come on, I grew up off of the Lifers Group. So when she mentioned Maxwell, I'm like, ain't nothing I want to do with Maxwell. And I actually got to get on my phone, and me and him are going to get to. So it's just, like I just told you, I just do soul music, so I had to do what comes to my mind. And, you know, right now, all the songs I've been making, man, I've been partying and stuff, so I just want, when me and Maxwell do something, I want something with a real message in it.
And I gotta say as well, you know, Maxwell Melvin is such an amazing individual, man. You know, he is what you call living proof of how you could really turn your life around and do something positive, man. Like, he has done so much amazing stuff, man, and saved so many lives.
Yeah, I agree. I got nothing but love for him. He's definitely somebody who I look up to.
But I gotta ask you, I gotta ask you though, Uncle Beats, like, what is next for you? Because I know there's still a lot more content left when it comes towards Uncle Beats' career, but we gotta leave some as well for next interview as well. But the one thing I gotta ask, man, what is next for you? Because 2021 is still early, so are we gonna hear some new Uncle Beats this year?
Oh yeah, like I say, I'm dropping an album in July. I got my documentary, about to drop that. I'm gonna work on some films. You know, we just figured out. I had to figure out how to maneuver around this COVID. So I've been sitting back doing that. Now I'm ready. You know, pretty soon I'll be back chilling in the Dominican, relaxing. So that's what I'm coming hard.
Hey man, you can never go wrong with the Dominican, man. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing better than a beach, a lawn chair, a warm sun, and a nice ice cold Corona. You know what I mean? And somebody's girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's man. It ain't no fun if you're under that.
Hey man, most definitely. Especially when you're going to another country, man. You know, you got to test the waters, if you know what I'm saying, right? You know what I mean? And I don't mean the water.
They treat me so good when I'm over there, man. I got a lot of friends over there, like real people who became my good friends, man. They show a lot of love and they rap my songs when I'm walking down the streets. It's just they have so much less than we have in my country, and yet they're just so much happier.
But Uncle Beats, this is the time in the interview, man, that I give a chance for the individual that slides into the radio station airwaves. Just a chance to give shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to. But most of all, man, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you, stay updated on everything Uncle Beats that's coming in the year 2020 if they're not already doing so.
Yeah, I'm not hard to find. You can type in Uncle Beats, and that's BATS. And I'm gonna pop up, and you can type in Leland Jones Senior. Don't believe everything about me that come up in some news articles come up and stuff like that. But that's all my social media. Then I just always gotta send a shout out to God, shout out to my family, shout out to the Hard Hitting Money Gang, and everybody who is supporting me. Everybody. Male, female, dog or snail. Just everybody who's supporting me, believing me, taking the time to see what I'm putting on Facebook, taking the time to listen to my music or look at my pictures. I just appreciate everybody.
Hey man, it's nothing but love down here in Canada as well, man. You know, you're a very talented individual. You know what I mean? You've done some phenomenal stuff in your career. And when you mentioned the news reports a few moments ago, man, if anybody believes that media crap, then right then and there, they're not your true supporter, man. Because at the end of the day, it's the word of media. 99.9% of the media is bullshit. So, you know what I mean? I don't believe the media. I believe real, truthful sources.
Yeah, you know, propaganda and politics is just a way to make paper. So that's why they do what they do, you know. But it's like I just don't let nobody knock me away from having a good time and happy for what's going on. Because I came up when we had to sell CDs out the trunk. Now I can be on the internet dealing with people in Canada, all over the place. You know, like it's so amazing to be alive right now.
I most definitely agree, man. The internet is a blessing, but also a devil in disguise at the same time. But I agree with you, man. Most definitely, the internet has some phenomenal connections. Because, you know, I wouldn't have got even any of the interviews that I actually got if it wasn't for the internet.
Yeah, and I've been seeing you working. Shout out to the internet, and shout out to the internet for Pornhub. What would we be without that?
Hey, most definitely. You know what I mean? I think it. I'm not gonna lie. When I was a teenager, man, that website most definitely, you know, kept my palms very hairy. Hey, but you know what it is, man. That's what teenagers do. You know what I mean? They eat, sleep, whack off, and and shit all over the place.
Oh, just teenagers?
Oh no, I said like teenagers, man. That's what they do, right?
Yeah, I said just teenagers. I gotta check my ID and see how old I am. Yeah. You just summing my life up.
It's actually weird, man. I don't know. When I was a teenager, man, you know what I mean? There's like kids, man, that are like 8 or 9 years old doing shit that I would do when I was 17. And I'm like, damn, man, these kids really grow up quickly, man. It's weird. Back in those days, if I did that shit when I was 10, man, I get locked in the basement.
They're really growing up. Like, over here, like, when they get the tax returns and stuff like that. Like, when I was a kid, I didn't know my mom and dad was getting tax returns. Now the kids be like, hey, how much are you getting? I need these kids nowadays, man, it's something else. But I love the young generation, though, because it's like, like you say, think about when you were 18 or 25, something like that. Like, man, you ain't scared of nothing. You're fearless, and like all that stuff that happened when the police murdered that man, it wouldn't happen without the young people. They ain't got nothing to lose, It's like, so you gotta love the young people, but they are the what's everything. And that's why with my music, I don't try and be one of them. I just try to let them know that I was one of them and I can relate to what they want.
But I also got to say, Uncle Beats, thank you so much again, man, for just giving us a little bit of your time this evening. Excuse me, sorry, and coming on 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM. It's always an honor when Uncle Beats slides through our airwaves, man. But I got to say, man, until next time, most definitely stay safe, and most definitely, man, I really hope you get back on your feet 110% soon. You know what I mean? But for now, man, most definitely get your health back in order, and I'm looking forward to that new record when it drops to the general public.
Oh, nothing but love, man. I'm out here. I've been running around with my homie Mooski. He got the Stone Track Star tearing up everything. So I'm out here. Nothing but love.
Hey, man, you already know. Thank you so much, Uncle Beats, man. Have yourself a wonderful night.
You too.